Welcome to After Hours. I'm going to trust that this looks like AH, which is still wrong. Oh, I meant to light up the A and not the H.
Oh, yeah.
Which is still wrong, but it's... Now we're keeping it for the bit.
Yes, for the bit. Let me check my boobies here. Hold on. Give the people what they want,
yeah, I'm not wearing a bra. And I was literally wearing a pajama shirt. And then I was like, you know what, actually, let's do the podcast tonight. We were going to do this tomorrow. And then I was like, let's get her done.
Yes, because we have to do like a drunk episode at some point, and
yeah, listen, we'll do that later this week. And hi, welcome back to After Hours.
Welcome everybody.
Welcome. If this is the first time you're hearing about our drunk episodes, we do those on Patreon once a month. So go to patreon.com/afterhourspod. I think it's After Hours Pod. No, After Hours Podcast. Drunk Pod. We can.
I don't know why I thought we did it more than once. Time is irrelevant. I don't know what time is. So.
We have been doing them only once a month, but I think once we get more people on Patreon, I would love to do them more than once.
We can do more.
Or, I don't know. Now, okay. So with our life updates, the biggest life update that I will have is that my sister's wedding is over.
She's done. It was so beautiful.
We did it, Joe.
So beautiful.
It was a beautiful day. I'm so glad that it's done. And we all can, look back at all these beautiful pictures of what a wonderful day it was, and also get our lives back, because it was a little bit in the weeks leading up to it, a little bit crazy. But it was really fun.
How long did it take you to fully recover is my question.
I'm still not. I still am not. Sorry, I'm tightening these straps. I still am not. I was sick. I got sick, of course, right before the wedding, because that always happens to me. I always get sick right before events and stuff. And it was so funny because my mom literally said it. She said it to, oh my God, I'm going to flash everyone.
I was
trying to tighten these straps. Yeah, that was getting
everyone
a little.
Close your eyes, everyone.
My mom was saying this to Kevin with that. I always get sick right before events. And I was like, do I? And then I did. I got sick right before my sister's wedding. And then I still am dealing with, I don't know if this is a sinus infection or what, but I did a round of antibiotics that didn't work. So I'm still blowing my nose and kind of gross. So I'm still not fully recovered. But it was also my sister's wedding. And then a couple of days later, my boyfriend came into town because he's touring and he had his New York dates. So I went to the New York shows, which was really fun. But I was just out of the house. It wasn't that crazy, but I was just out of the house. And now my dear friend Tara is in town. And
you are just
and I'll be going back into the city. I know. I'll be going back into the city tomorrow to go to a concert with her on a Monday, which is insane.
That tracks. She throws parties on a Wednesday, so
I know. So
we love you. We love you.
Dare. We love. We're gonna go see the Dare, and then I'll spend most of Tuesday. You know who the Dare is? He does the song that's I love the girls that do drugs and cigarettes in the back. Look, you know that song because it was all over TikTok for a period of time.
I feel, yes, you were so close. I feel like getting it for me, but it.
My perfect.
I was really trying to follow. I was like,
you know what? Wait, we're gonna get copyright for this.
Yes.
So, anyways, we're gonna go see him. She really likes his music, and then Tuesday, I'll hang out with her all day, and then I come back and I do chewed gum, and it's gonna be really fun. And
busy little bee.
Yeah, always. How's your
what month are we in? Because I feel like I haven't
spoken to you in so long, and that's not even right.
It has been. I mean, for us. Well, because it was the wedding, and then Kevin was in town. It's probably a week and a half.
Yeah.
And that's long.
That's long. So what's been new? What's happening?
Nothing. I've been
It's
in my
beautiful.
house. I get like this right before my parents come out, and I kind of just like not. Well, I used to crash out, and because my parents are my best friends, so like I used to every time before I hadn't seen them in a while, and then I was about to see them either like Christmas or when they come out for the summer. I get into
Mhm.
this headspace of like I don't even know. It's like my body knows I'm about to see them, and so it's like either just anxious or I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what's happening. So this one we're not too
That's so
bad. I didn't like
interesting.
it's my body knows. So I've been just
But
like
what is it?
hibernating.
Yeah. But what is it like
I don't know.
preparing for? Okay.
Previous years was more of like a lot of mental things of where am I in the world? Like, am I doing enough?
Mm,
Like, they see me twice a year, like I want to make them proud, like all that stuff. This year, am I still going through all of that? Yeah, but like it doesn't, it's a little bit more just prepping for them and making sure I'm at my full
mhm.
capacity when they come out. And I just stayed in the house the past 2 weekends. But
That's so
I like
nice. I'm
it.
so jealous.
Yeah. I've been like sitting,
I'm so
chilling.
jealous.
I know. I'm like not
It's
exciting. I'm
beautiful.
like, dang. I was supposed to be doing things for the plot.
Yeah, but sometimes the plot at that moment is staying inside. Like I literally, when after Tara leaves, I cannot wait to stay inside until June, and I'm not kidding. Like I'm going to do everything I can. Ooh, I'm going to do everything I can to try to actually chill out. Like, and I. But here's the thing: I always say that, and has it happened in the entire time you know me? No. So I don't know why I think it's going to happen this time.
And then things happen. Well, then you have events. Like that's the thing. Like you can plan for like sheltering in place. And then people are like, "Oh, do you want to go to this event tomorrow?" And I'm like, "I mean, no, but
Right. I know, but actually, okay, so my big project that I'm working on right now, it's not even actually that big of a project, but the thing I'm working on, like aside from I'm always taking coaching clients and like doing a bunch of podcasts, including this one and the live one and all that kind of stuff. But I also am writing an entire workbook about squirting because I did a Instagram about that, and it is I cannot tell you
I love
every
this."
single day there's an insane amount of comments, and it's like at a 500,000 views, which is like, that's pretty viral for me, and I want to try and take advantage of that. So I'm writing a whole workbook about squirting. It'll be similar to
I love
my
this.
other one and it'll be like I have another one that's about just self pleasure, and that one is like
Hmm.
$10. It's like a couple of pages. This one's going to be a lot more in depth because it's going to be like what squirting fluid is, how to do it, and whatever else. And it'll be like maybe a little more expensive, but it's not going to be much more. So it'll
Yeah,
be interesting and it'll be fun, and
I
I'll
love
see
that.
how that goes. Yeah, so I
I
want to get
love
that
it.
done. Like I'm excited to do it. Yeah, and it's like it's a nice way to get information out in like a more in-depth way than I can ever share on social media. Do you know that there is a picture that I posted with my vulva pillow, and I was trying to think of where I tried to post it. I don't think it was Patreon. There was somewhere I tried to post it and they would not let me post, they wouldn't let me share that picture because it was like inappropriate. Isn't that crazy? I was trying to think of where it was. I think it was LinkedIn. I tried to post a picture of me holding the vulva pillow, like one of the ones from a really nice shoot that I did, and they were like, "This is not appropriate." And I was like, "Really? It's a pillow. They're all adults here. No one's on LinkedIn trying to like be gross." Well,
Mm.
that's not true.
Mm.
Have you ever been hit
Mm.
on LinkedIn? Are you a LinkedIn person?
I I I feel like I am, but I'm not. Like I don't like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know because I my job doesn't sometimes I get approached by, people for content creation and stuff like that, but a lot of it feels very fake and very scary and like scammy a little bit. But so if any
Mm-hmm.
man like ever reaches out to me, I'm just assuming that they're creepy.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
But I just
I
because I'm
think
like, what can you actually offer me? Like unless you are a company who needs like use UGC, like user
mhm.
generated content. If you want like what You're scamming me. What do you want? But I had
Right.
one guy reach out to me. This is a flashback. This is before you. This is BA before Alyssa.
BA. Okay.
When a man also tried to ruin my life.
I don't love that. I don't love where this is starting.
It's horrible. But we had gone back and forth. I think this is like the story of my life is like in and out. Like they just like to pop in and out. And this man hit on me, whatever, blah, blah. I found out that he was in a full-blown relationship and living with said woman after he love bombed me. They love bomb, but again, I cannot process it. It does not make sense. Anyway, love bomb me was like telling me, he was like, you would look so good in my, like an Audi, whatever it's called. Like, I can't wait to buy you one. Obviously, again, this is like pre-growth Jasmine. So I was like,
about it.
So I'm gonna marry this man,
Yeah.
right? And then I found out that he had a whole girlfriend that he was living with, and I was like,
oh, living with?
Yeah. Living.
And this was all happening, this conversation was happening on LinkedIn.
No. Oh yeah, sorry. I like literally forgot the conversation topic. Anyways. I stopped talking to him. Yeah, it went back and forth. No, I met him in person. So I would like block him and then like unblock him. It was, again, pre-growth Jasmine, like off and on. Right. And then one time I literally blocked him and everything I thought except LinkedIn. And that man, came real quick into the messages, and I was like, what? And he was like, hey, like, I know you don't want to talk to me, blah, blah, blah. He a way with words. That man had a way with words. He didn't need ChatGPT. But he's also dead. So RIP.
What? He's dead?
That's not funny. He's dead. Yeah.
You go, he's dead. I'm sorry, that's not funny. But yeah, he's dead. RIP.
It's not, but I crashed out when I like found out, because I had to find out like the weirdest way. And it was that I was going to respond to a message. He emailed another emailer. He had emailed me and I didn't respond for like 2 years. And then one day Jasmine was on her growth journey, and she was like, I need to just like put this to bed, because what he said to me.
I remember that was not that long ago. Yes.
Right. So that, yes.
Wow.
And then I think this was AA after Alyssa. Or during Alyssa.
I remember.
I don't like after Alyssa. DA. During Alyssa.
Yeah.
I found out that he was dead, because I like Googled him and I was like trying to find, because he hadn't responded, and I know that man. I know men. I know he would have responded. And so I Googled and I found his obituary.
What happened? Do you know?
I don't know. I have theories, obviously, but it happened, I think, in the pandemic, during the pandemic or right before, something like that.
Wow. That's insane. I don't think I've ever had anyone that actually, that's so not true. I was going to say that I've never had someone that I've dated die. And there's a really blaring one that did. And that's a person that
oh my God. I go.
One that's like part of the reason why we know each other, which is so crazy. That was a whole other thing for a whole other day. Yeah. That's, I think, the only person I've ever dated who's died.
Yeah. It's a weird like feeling. And we just talked about the last Reddit story, the last episode, where the guy was like jealous of the dead boyfriend.
Yes.
And it's like those confusing, I mean, obviously she was literally dating that man, but like the death of someone who used to be like intimate with is like, so.
It's weird, because there's a when you break up with someone, at least you have like you have the opportunity to kind of like check in on them, and if you say you never check in on your exes, you're a fucking liar.
You're a liar.
And you're a liar, whether it's good for you or not. You're a liar. But you can like do a little peek and just see and be like, they still look
you're
bad.
Alive. Cool.
Or you look and you say,
you said you still look bad. I said,
listen, sometimes it's that, and or other times you check in and you're like, they look really happy. I'm so happy for them, and like you move on with your life. Whatever float your boat that day. Oh my god, what? My sister just texted me and said, "Can you send me a picture of your signature?" And I said, "I'm in a podcast. Can I do it in an hour?" And she said, "It's okay. We can do it without. Can we sign for you saying you were a witness
To
for
the
their
to the
wedding?" That's really
marriage?
funny. Yes.
I thought that the license technically was like at the courthouse,
So
right? Like when you
you could
get
do it separately, and depending, I think, on the state, you could do it before or after the ceremony. But like technically, they are not legally married yet. Is that interesting? I know.
yeah, what were you
Listen.
saying?
Anyway, yeah. To not be able to check in on your ex and see that they are
Oh yes.
either okay or still look bad or
Still with
whatever.
someone who's unattractive, someone who's less than you.
These are all options available to us when they're still
Yes.
alive and kicking. When they
Yeah.
pass, it's a weird experience. It's really weird, and also like
So
this
weird.
is also yeah, it's like all putting it very lightly. Like obviously, if you like really like if you dated someone like really dated someone, I can't even imagine what that experience is like. And I don't want to because
Right.
it would make me so soul crushingly sad.
Right.
I
So that's why,
cannot.
like,
Um,
go again back to that Reddit story. Like, that man is out of his gosh darn mind to be
yeah,
jealous of
I
a
know.
just let her grieve. Anyway,
Let her grieve. um, I have Reddit stories today that I pulled that are accidentally in a theme. They're in a sort of social media theme, weirdly, and didn't happen on purpose, but I started pulling them together and I was like, wow, this is interesting. So we're going to have a whole thing about relationships and dating and its relationship with social media, and I'm excited to talk about it, which is also really good because you wanted to bring up social media stuff too, and you were saying there
yes,
was some stuff that you saw on TikTok. So
I know. I told
we've created a theme today without realizing we were creating a theme.
this is very true. This is very true. And I want to you can give us some suggestions. I don't know where, some on one of our platforms, because we have a Reddit roundup, which Alyssa loves her Reddit.
I do.
And then I love
I
TikTok.
really do.
And so obviously with my FYP is literally inundated with like dating things and like
Hmm.
relationships because my butt's single, and I get the manifestation like witchy girls who try to tell me like it's coming.
it's it's coming threateningly. That sounds scary.
And then nothing ever
Those
comes and I'm
girls
still
scare
single. It's
me.
fine. I'm like,
Well, it doesn't mean it's not still coming. It's just taking longer than initially thought.
yeah. They make it seem very
You
like
know?
right around the corner, and it's like
Immediate.
7 years later. I'm like, it did happen, like you said.
Exactly.
A
Exactly.
longer time
See?
frame. But I want to name it something cool. Like Reddit Roundup sounds so fun, but like TikTok,
TikTok.
I might have to use some chat GBT, see what's going.
I know I'm worried ChatGPT is making my brain like completely unusable cuz I feel like I use ChatGPT for so much like stuff like this where I'm like my brain's not creative enough. You know who is? ChatGPT. And even if it doesn't give me the exact answer that I want, it gives me something
It's close.
that's like workable.
Yeah, it like itches the
And
brain, and it's like, come on, it's almost there.
mhm.
You can get it. I love that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm. Mhm.
it'll come. It'll come. Something, this is the TikTok segment, and it'll be more clever eventually.
TikTok TikTok takes TikTok
TikTok.
talk TikTok TikTok? No. We'll figure it out. We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
Yes.
It'll come together.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll figure it out.
But right now that it is like literally taking over. I mean, at least my side of TikTok, because
Mhm.
I am a black woman, but this black woman got on the app and said, I like to give credit, you know what I mean? Um,
Mhm.
Diera, the root worker, I want to say her name is, on TikTok,
Okay.
she said gingers are black people. Have you seen
I
that?
saw her TikTok.
It is literally the most amazing. I thought we all knew that. And then I was like, I need all my friends to rectify because everyone's like coming out now and they're like, oh, I love that. I love like whatever. And I was like, no. I was like, do you know who loves them? Me. I was like, ask any of my friends. Any of my friends. I literally am on the hunt. And now it makes even more
Yeah.
sense. Because there was a kinship.
Yeah, wait, so why did you what made you feel the kinship before? Was it what the girl was actually
I love red hair. I love the red hair. I mean,
Me
even like
too.
some of
And
my
it's
like close
beautiful.
friends, my female friend, I will compliment a redheaded woman to the day I die. I will literally stop them in the street. I'm like, hey, come here.
You?
Look at
You're
that.
beautiful.
Look at that hair. And they're like, every time. You can ask all the time. And then with
I
men,
can't
I'm kind of
understand.
creepier with it because I'm like,
oh God.
But I love that. I literally, my exes, all of my exes, I would like in their beards, try to find red hair. I was like,
Oh
I
my
think you're like
God.
kind of like a redhead. And they would get
Are
so
you
mad.
Ginger?
Are you a ginger? And they'd be like,
Are you?
no. And they would get indignant. They would get so mad about it. And I'm like, no. I don't think you understand. I want that. And so like that hate for the redhead is so interesting to me. Like I've never understood.
Get it. I don't get
and I'm
they
like
have beautiful hair, beautiful skin, freckles, light eyes.
Stunning.
What are we talking about?
Stunning. Yeah.
Stunning.
And I was like, listen, is this how I find my man? Because now they're all posting. Right? And then all the men are like, oh, I feel so loved. And I was like, oh, okay, let's figure out which one I want to slide.
Wait.
We need to do that. We need to do that more though. Because you told me earlier when we first started this podcast, you're like, Jasmine, you need to start sliding into DMs. I still don't know how to do it in the best way possible. So we need to.
You could just take the Tara Yummy approach, which is where you just DM them and just say hi, smiley face. She just goes hi. And I think that's really beautiful. That's some Tara Yummy dating advice for you. Actually, it's also friend advice.
Let's trademark that for her.
That's true. That is a Tara Yummy.
Do the Tara Yummy.
Do the Tara Yummy. Just slide in someone's DMs and go hi, smiley face, and that's literally it.
Okay.
I think that's amazing.
Okay. That's my homework until the next episode. I'm just gonna slide into people's DMs.
Just slide into people's DMs. Slide into like give yourself like a number, like 3 to 5 men's DMs, and just be like, hi, smiley face, and just see what they say. Although for some reason, DMs on TikTok, I like never really checked them. So for some reason, they like don't exist to me.
Yeah.
Do they exist to you?
Check
like,
them
do you
because
check
I have
problems?
Well, I check everything. You're the one who has like a million unread text messages, Alyssa. You know that I like to check everything. So I need to know if someone's trying to contact me.
It's not a million. It's 227.
I can't.
Anyway, we don't need to talk about the mechanics.
Our sidetracks are so funny today.
That was 10 minutes of sidetracking. Anyway, what we were originally talking about was TikTok.
Gingers are the best. And I'm like, I am only saying ginger because the internet, the redheaded community is saying it so much right now. Yeah, I have tried to like lean more towards redhead because I'm like, I just love, like I truly have, I think they're gorgeous. And I will literally I look for them. I would love, I almost very closely ended up with a redheaded man, but he was an F-boy at the time. So it kind of didn't work out well. And then he tried to come back and I was dating someone. So we could have, because then he has a child. He's like married now. He came back and realized. And I was like, well, it's too late now. And I was like, fuck. Because I'm not with that guy either. Listen, my life is fine.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Bradley,
I love Ginger.
If you ever hear this.
Hi, Bradley.
Hi, Bradley.
This is Jasmine's friend Alyssa. She is really gorgeous and really smart, and you already know that, but I just want to reminding you. And also, she is single at this time. And if you know her phone number already, that's great because I'm not going to read it on air. But don't put her in a group chat. Just send her a nice little text and she'll answer.
Pretty sure he's married with his child. but he was the first person who introduced me to a ring around said
Like the
private
camera?
genitalia. No, the ring that goes
Oh, a
around
cock
said private
ring.
genitalia. Yeah.
Yeah. They should call it something else because that's a very aggressive name.
Yeah, it's a little aggressive. I was like, what the
It's a
hell
little like
is
hard
this?
C. Hard C, hard CK. It's like it's a lot. And there's like no way to say it without it sounding like porny,
Right.
you know?
I tried to make it
Like
really
a
eloquent.
cock ring. Like, ugh.
Cock ring.
I'm just gonna start calling them pee-pee rings.
Pee ring.
Because I don't really it's the kind of thing where it's like I should be more what am I gonna call it? A penis ring?
Yeah. No,
Brother. Yeah, that's bad. That's not sexy.
brother.
There's a whole conversation that I've seen people have around how the names of our like genital area or like any sex related parts are either like really clinical sounding like vulva or they're really gross like
True.
pussy or like cock or whatever. And like they're just so porny or they're like very like not sexy. It's very hard to find like an in between.
It's
Dick is
very
okay.
true. And that's
Dick is
very
not
interesting
bad.
because like reading like
Mhm.
some authors, because I read my spicy
Yeah.
novels, you know what I'm saying? Those
Mhm.
novellas.
Mhm.
So if you say it weird, if you say some weird shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm removed. So
Yeah.
now I feel
Takes
like I
you
need to pay
out.
attention. Yeah, I need to pay attention to see what I like more. But yeah,
Mhm.
like sometimes they just describe it. I'm like,
Yeah.
that was
Not
weird.
with it. Um did you read Fourth Wing?
No.
Okay.
It's sitting
You need
over
to read
there,
Fourth
but it's
Wing.
never happening.
It's
I don't think it's gonna happen.
really good. It's
You
I
know
maybe do
my
the
brain
audiobook cuz it's long. It's
yeah.
long, but it's really good and the sex scenes are insane. They're insane. Like I have revisited
Okay.
chapter 30 of 40 Wing many times. Specifically chapter 30. It's embarrassing that I know that it's chapter 30, but that's what it is. The only thing is the author calls the genital area for either character
Either way.
their sex.
Yes. That's it.
And
That's
that's
what I was
just
like,
so
what?
embarrassing.
Yeah, there's some that I'm like,
I don't
what?
know.
No,
Like,
get like if you're like I think I would rather the dirty thing,
yeah,
like the dirty
me
you know,
too.
terminology for it than you trying to make it something else that it's like clearly no. I mean just say pussy if you need it.
Just right. Do you know that our brains when we enter an arousal state are in an altered state of mind? There's another term for an altered state of mind. It's like I can't remember. There's another like more scientific acronym for it. But when you're in an altered state of mind, it's similar to daydreaming, sleep dreaming, taking psychedelics. Like your brain is in the brain matter is in an altered state when you are aroused, which is why when you're like having sex with someone, you'll say the craziest shit. And if you were to just like
Yes.
say that in real life, you'd be like, I cannot believe I said that. Sometimes we don't even remember the stuff that we say, but it's because our brains are in an altered state. So we feel it's like the same way as like when you're drunk, like it's easier to just do and say things that you couldn't do sober. It's
Mhm.
like literally the same thing. But I wonder how aroused we get or how close we get to like a fully aroused state of mind when we're reading books. Like I bet if the foreplay in the book is really good, like you get some of the way there.
Mhm. I
Maybe.
wouldn't say like fully. Like I feel like I have
Yeah.
to then take it out. I have to take that and like do my own thing afterwards, but like I do, you know, there's little like
Yeah.
I feel like it's more
Mhm.
visual for me if I was watching like
Mhm.
maybe like an HBO show where they do go a little further
Yeah.
than some of these like you know what I mean? Like then I'm like,
Yeah.
mm, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
reading
I'm intrigued.
okay, so like with chapter 30,
Mhm.
can you go back and think how close you like get to that state of mind if you go back to it so often that it's that
Oh, I I think that that's
she's choking up over
definitely
here, folks.
that's definitely the closest I've ever gotten to being in an aroused state from reading
I'm just gonna
something.
open it
Like
up
it
to
was just
30.
You should. You should read chapter 30 just because then I think it'll even make the build up to chapter 30 really good because you know what you're looking forward to. And then like you might want to read the rest also. I don't know. Yeah, flip to chapter 30 if you ever are interested in the type of spice that is involved in Fourth Wing. That I literally have reread that one chapter a million times. In my copy of Fourth Wing, I actually wonder, like, if I go back, if I just, like, open up each side of the book, if it'll just naturally open to chapter 30.
It absolutely does.
Oh,
it absolutely
God,
does. It's like
help me.
those few that chapter, the pages are just like withered and like crumpled, and like everything else is pristine, and just that chapter is just like
yeah,
literally
they're like,
your rim.
Oh my God. Yeah, probably.
Listen, and the thing is, it's so interesting to me that men don't understand like what we're interested. Pick up any of the books that we literally talk about. Literally any of the books.
I've said this
any
before.
Of the books.
When men are like, I don't know what women want. Oh, good thing that we didn't write an entire genre of what we want called romance. What do you mean? Especially because, like, ACOTAR, those books had, like, a whole big moment. One would think a man would pick that up to read it if they felt confused about what a woman wanted. Although, you know, did you read those books? No, right? Not yet. Ooh, that's
because these are giving me, though, both of those are fantasy, right?
They are, and I'm not a big fantasy reader, but I still really liked them. I will say, for ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses, in case you don't know, I tried to read, I almost finished the very last one, and I was like, after a while, I was like, why am I forcing myself to read? I really only liked the first 3. And then after that, I was kind of like, I don't really need to be in this world anymore. I'm good. 6 books? 6? But I've seen enough. I can't do a series that long.
That's a lot. The only one I've gotten close to that is like a hockey series, and I think it's Lucy Score.
Oh.
Anyway, well, I'm more realistic.
Lucy Score to write a hockey book?
I think
that's good.
I don't know. There's so many names. But that shit hit me. I'm like, yep, because I was in that world. And I was like, yeah. And I mean, hockey.
Was the world a hockey world or was it a romance?
Both. Steamy, hockey, sex.
Steamy, hockey, sex.
So good.
Good. Okay.
So good. Because I'm like, okay, so then I can be like a hockey wife. I just have, you know.
A hockey wife.
A hockey wife.
Wow. I don't know that I would.
I mean, I would be a great wife to anybody.
Succeed in that. Yeah, you would. You absolutely would. Including, what was that guy's name?
Bradley.
Bradley, including you, Bradley.
I really just want to look to the camera and just like say, any of the redheaded men out in the world, if you are interested, my DMs are open.
Indeed.
We can have a non-interracial relationship because you're Black.
Because you're Black, and that's really exciting.
Look at that. We don't have to worry about anything.
So much to discover.
No discrimination.
Okay. Right. Wouldn't even be everyone would love you.
No one would have an issue.
No. Okay, what else have you seen on TikTok recently?
Okay, this one gives very you. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I have to read this to Alyssa.
Sorry, I'm eating my gummy vitamins now, like we're not recording something that's fully audio.
This girl, Mia, on TikTok said, if you're not rock hard at the thought of me, do you even like, why, if you aren't bricked up at the thought of me,
so funny,
do you even like me? Are we even like together? No, because like, and she was like, I really think like that's what I need. Like, the thought of me should just really immediately. If not, like, what are we doing?
I think that's like easy, easy to say in the beginning of a relationship. Once you're with someone for a while, there's like so much other baggage there that it's like, you know, like the way that you are in the beginning of a relationship, or like even for girls, where you're like, I'm lady bricked up for this person when I think of them. Then after a while, you're like, yeah, and when I think about them, I think about how they haven't put their fucking socks away in 2 weeks. And, you know, so I think that like that sometimes changes because you get more context to the person.
Yeah.
But like,
So early
but I
stages,
do love
that should be
early stages.
essential, right?
I think that should be like a priority.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. There's like my regular girl brain that's like, yeah, absolutely. You should be absolutely uncontrollably rock hard when you think about me because you it's like the same way where it's like, be obsessed with me. Why are you not obsessed with me?
Right.
But then like my my sex educator brain is also thinking like there are some people who have blood flow issues, and you know, like there's so much else there, and desire like really it is heavily dependent on the stress cycle, like how stressed out you are is really important. And there are some people where sex is like legitimately not that important to them. Like there are plenty of people who have even like called in on the live show who are like, I'm just like I'm down to have sex, but like I don't really care that much. Like, am I weird?
Mhm.
And no, you're not. Like, you're allowed to have literally whatever kind of relationship you want. And that includes people who are absolutely rock hard for you immediately.
I love your technical take on that. I love it.
Always.
Like, well, technically, me, I'm like,
she's a professional first.
I personally took it as just like, I just need you to really always want me. But I wasn't even thinking about like actually being like, because if you're just like constantly walking around hard for me, we can't go out in public. And I do like to get outside sometimes. So keep it down.
Sometimes.
But like, I think it leans more into like the obsession. Like you need to be like obsessed with me.
I do love the beginning of relationships, especially where if you like, I don't know, I feel like this I'm gonna blow up Kevin's spot right now, but it's like if I like look at him in a way that's like like if I'm like not minding my business, there's a 50-50 chance like anything can happen. This poor man will live in in fear of anything, a rough gust of wind in my presence, you know, causing a situation. It just could happen, and that's fine. It just happens, and I kind of love that. It's very flattering, honestly. What are you gonna
do? We can't do anything. It's just life. Speaking of Kevin, has he found me someone yet?
No, he's on tour right now, so he's just around his no, he's around his band. He's around a band, and then everyone who goes to see those shows, it's like girls, gays, and their partners.
Just kidding. Yeah.
You know?
It's all right, Kevin. You're off the hook
for now, but not for long. Not for long. Okay. Yeah, he's on tour for all of May, actually, and then he's back in New York for a little bit in June, and then I'm gonna drive back to LA with him for like weeks and weeks. And I'm bringing the dogs, and we're gonna have so much fun. And we're gonna do podcasts in person, and we're gonna go to brunch, and we're gonna get espresso martinis at Laurel Tavern.
I want an espresso martini real bad.
I would love like a chill. I haven't had like a chill night of drinking in a really long time. I feel like anytime I drank recently, it like went too hard, too fast.
Weddings can do that to you. But the last like updated thing, I was this close last night to getting back on the apps, and I said, nope. I was inches because I've just been inside.
What made you decide?
You know what I mean? Because I'm not getting outside. I said, you'll be outside the rest of this week. You're going to be fine. My parents also have a job to do because they're going to be out here. And I'm like, I'm like, talk me up, mom and dad. You talk to everyone and their mom. If I see a good looking man, I'm going to walk away from the table and you talk me up. I also feel like you have to try my suggestion that I give to everyone else to
take up like a new hobby that is fun and easy. Like I always say pottery, but like I don't know anyone who like realistically does pottery, but something to that effect,
Yeah.
or like a painting class or something like that, and see who goes. But also do a class in something where you're like, if I found a partner there, it would be
Yeah, I was
great. Like if you, yeah,
I
like
want
if
to.
like
So
in my circumstance, it would be like if I were looking for a boyfriend, it would be silly for me to do that at a sports bar because I don't participate in sports. You, however, do. And so that would be a good place for you.
yeah, or maybe like a wood chopping class. Maybe
I know we're
just
thinking
send
of
me
the
to the
same man.
woods. Show me how to wield an axe.
Oh my god.
I am also reading my new book. I don't know where it is. My new book
Oh.
is that I'm reading right now is like Mountain
Mhm.
Man, Colorado, looking
Okay.
to be a dad, looking for a surrogate, but then
Yeah.
falls in love with the surrogate. And I'm like, yeah.
Wow. Was he trying to be a single dad? Or she
I
was?
just started
A
it.
man written by a woman. A man written by a woman. Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
I love it.
I love it.
No, I need to get out. Maybe I need to go to the driving range more often, but I don't like people. It's hard.
Yeah. I know. I
It's
know.
fine.
The
I'll
driving range
live.
is a good place to find men, though, I think.
Yeah.
Driving range, or even like if you can go to like a nice golf club, like a rich one, maybe that's how we get into a pattern of dating millionaires.
Yes. I do have a like acquaintance that like was my sister's friend who keeps asking me if I want to go to like a club, a golf club.
You should.
I'm like, I don't
You should go.
golf like that. I'm like, you're like an actual golfer. We'll see.
Yeah, but like whatever, you're a hot woman, so you can be like, oh, like whatever. Who cares what you do? You're gonna wear a short little skirt. Prop your boobs up. Put a short little skirt on. Get your ass out there. It's go time.
I know because most of the guys who
And
like want to take me that they're men. Like my guy friends are like, oh, let's go. I'm like, I don't want to go with you. You're gonna ruin
right.
my chances because men have no concept.
Unless
of that. Like touch me, and I'm like, don't touch me. You're not
right. Yeah, don't touch me. But you could. But unless they would be good wingmen.
true. All right.
Then that would be good. But do you trust any of them to be wingmen?
No. It's okay. It's time for Reddit Roundup. Okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll just stick to the
God.
DMs.
Okay.
I'm just gonna DM men.
Yeah, that's also a really good goal. I like that goal too. Okay, so for our first story, the title of this one is My Fiance Won't Take Down Pictures of His Ex from His Facebook. Okay? Okay. Everything's fine. Throwaway because he has my main account info, which okay. I, 25 female, asked my fiance, 27 male, several times in our relationship to remove photos of him and his ex off of his Facebook. I requested this after he had requested me to delete any photos where I had anything to do with an ex, like a necklace or the sweater or anything at all, or their sweater or anything at all, since I always thoroughly delete exes after a breakup. That's all he could nitpick. That was 4 years ago. You're like shocked already. I'm shocked. Over the past 4 years, I've asked about the remaining pictures on his page several times, and each time he brushes me off. I've forgotten about it until a few days ago when I was putting together a list of people to invite to our wedding, and I realized when I pulled up his page that his relationship status is hidden. There are 0 photos of me, and his entire photo section is just him and his ex. This can't be real.
Is this rage bait?
I know, that's what I'm thinking. I couldn't comprehend. I couldn't comprehend why he wouldn't have untagged himself on some of the many occasions I asked. I decided to bring it up since at this point it feels disrespectful to have pictures of you kissing your ex on your Facebook when you're marrying someone you can't post. He is dismissive again, and I asked him if it's a nostalgia thing or why he still has them up. We go back and forth for a while, and I ended up saying, fine, if you want to keep your pictures up of you kissing another woman, you should at least have a public relationship status and some photos of your fiance up. He says, okay, we will make a post tomorrow. I'm like, can you at least explain why you want those pictures on your feed? He says there are not many photos of him from that age, and he doesn't look at it and think of that girl. He just sees it as younger him. So am I overreacting or overthinking? I feel so disrespected, but maybe I'm too insecure.
No, he sounds like a narcissist. He's probably trying to make you feel like you're insecure, but you're not. That's actually insane that he hasn't posted you. He has no relationship status. Listen, Photoshop is a thing. Remove a bitch from the freaking picture and keep the picture that you from that age, which is so weird. What do you mean you don't have
weird? Why do you even care?
What an excuse.
Also, what a bizarre excuse. Also, that should just be, for me, if that were me, I would just be like, okay, this is a takeaway. All of my pictures are from that period of time or with my ex. I need to be better about taking pictures with my friends, with my family, by myself, whatever.
Please. And then for him to nitpick to get on her about stupid shit and then not be so fucking for real. Be so for real.
I also am suspicious about why he doesn't have pictures of her anywhere.
Because he's probably still talking to that.
I'm like,
or other women at least. You have to.
But and maybe he still has a crush on this girl and he's like waiting for her to be single and like doesn't want to give away too much that he's not obviously single.
Stop it. I was just watching Parks and Rec. The episode, did you watch Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Okay. Where oh shit. Leslie and what's her best friend's name? I'm thinking. Anyway.
Anne Perkins.
Anne, yes, has Justin on hold. Justin Theroux.
Oh, yes. Yes, exactly. He's keeping this girl on hold, on the warmer. That's not right. Can't do that. I think, he must still, he must love this ex.
Just something.
And not want to let it go, obviously. And it's like two problems. Like, why have you not let go of the ex? And also, why are you not posting your current girlfriend?
Why are you not telling people that you're in a
relationship? Or fiance, sorry.
You're about to marry this woman. Waste of time. And she's 25. I'm like, you girl, you are young.
Yeah.
You're young. Get your shit figured out. Make sure, if you do not say yes to this man until you really understand. Because ain't no way. You're so young. You're okay. You don't need to marry him. You don't need to do it.
Yeah, absolutely not. I would run if I were her. Or have a very serious conversation to be like, you need to tell me. Literally, I would have an ultimatum conversation. You need to tell me what is happening right now. Otherwise, I'm not moving forward with this wedding. If I don't feel like you're being honest and telling me the full truth in a way that actually makes sense, we're not doing this. Sorry.
Yeah. I do a psychological weird flip. What is it? Reverse psychology. When you're like,
yeah,
if you don't want to be in this, if you don't want to marry me, just let me know now.
Yeah.
Literally, and see the reaction.
Let me know now.
It's either going to be like, you know what, fine, you've been nitpicked, and then he didn't want to marry you in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or he's like, what are you talking about? No, depending on how he reacts to that. I'm giving you an out. If you want to walk away from this, go away. Let's not do this. I'm giving you an out. It feels like you don't want to do this.
Oh,
that poor woman.
And see what he says. I know. So the top comment is he still carries a torch for her, which is why he hides the relationship status and keeps her pictures up in case she wants to rekindle their relationship. You are just his placeholder for now, which is exactly what we said.
That is so horrible.
It's horrible. Horrible. Someone else said, the double standards are gross. Honestly, I was ready for this to be a jealousy issue, but no, he's wrong and weird as fuck.
Yeah, such a double standard.
Also, she's been asking for 4 years.
Yeah, that's a lot.
4 years. I would never ask someone for anything for 4 years and stay with them. I
think I lasted a couple of months when someone wouldn't talk about me. I was like, have you seen me?
Also, why would a person not be so why would a person not be so psyched to post their partner?
It goes into bricked up.
Bricked up.
Rock hard at the thought of me. You need to be upset.
Literally. Yeah, and it's also it's not even about being physically bricked up. I want you to be emotionally bricked up for me.
Right. I want you to ask, I want you to want
You know?
to post about me, and then me be like, you know what, let's keep it to like us for now. You know what I mean? If that's an option. But like I want you to, I want that. You know what I mean? Like I would share you tomorrow. Love that journey. Let's take a pause.
Love.
I just love that you want to do that, and that's enough. And then, you know, like when we're both ready, then we can post. But like anything, something. 4 years? Fuck no.
Absolutely not.
Because that doesn't number here. You know what I mean? And that's why she's asking this goddamn question. She's already mentally like been no.
And it also, there's some people who don't like to post their relationships in general, and that's fine. Like I actually like I understand, and I wish that I could be more like that. Sometimes I just get like too excited, and I just like love my partner, and I want to share them and whatever. But I get wanting things to be like a little more private and like not really like for everyone. I think that's also important and valuable. But that's not what's happening here, because the ex is all over this 4 fucking years.
And you're about to get married. 4 years.
And his relationship status
I want to know how he proposed. How did he propose? That's my question.
Right.
Was he like, here's a ring?
Right.
Does she even have a ring?
Right. She was taking a shit and he knocked on the door and was like, here.
Absolutely not.
This guy sucks.
No, miss me. I would rather be single than that.
Yeah, I agree. This guy obviously doesn't care about you. Get him out. Get him out. Okay. The next one. Okay, there's actually... This one is very similar. But I think... It's very similar, so I'm going to read it next. But the ages are different, and so I feel like, I don't know, maybe there's a different conversation to be had. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a similar thing. But this one is titled, Partner Since 8 Years Has No Trace of Me, female 36, on his social media profile, 43, male. Hi, everyone. Just wanted to ask advice how to address that your partner for 8 years has absolutely no trace of you on his social media. Here's the backstory. We have a child.
Oh, Phil, Jesus. I'm back.
And today I asked if he could make a Mother's Day post. I asked. And tag me, and that it would make me very happy. I had scrolled on Facebook and seen so many beautiful posts like that, and he had forgotten about the day and was sorry about it, so I just suggested this. He got upset and defensive. Throw the whole man out.
You know what? Just kidding. I don't want to get back on the apps. I don't want him. I'm tired. I don't want to do it.
Seriously. Oh my God. He got upset and defensive, saying that he has been clear that he doesn't post anything personal there. Wow, that's crazy after what I just said. That he is actually thinking of deleting his profile. And then he proceeded to start deleting posts and pictures. He said it sounded as if I was worried he was having a double life. He has introduced me to his friends and family in real life, and he is present here and now. What more do I want? I just find it as a bit of an exaggerated response to not an abnormal request. For context, he has never proposed, although he knows I would want that. He says we are married in our hearts, and a piece of paper means nothing more. I am not very public online either, but I just can't help but feel hidden and disrespected. What do you think? What would you do?
He literally has another life. He is literally married and has a whole other family. What are you talking about?
Right.
What are you talking about? He even brought it up.
Baby girl.
He ratted himself out.
Baby girl.
He ratted himself out. We're married in our hearts? Yeah, because you're married and it's against the law to marry more than one person. You, my friend, you're the other woman. Or he got married to someone, I have no idea. I don't know who was first. 8 years? That's a lot of time. Listen, I watch way too much TV, okay?
Crazy.
Listen, I have seen it. I've seen how it happens.
You're really convincing me that that's what
That's literally the thing.
Yeah.
She better watch out because the one show I watched, the other woman killed the other woman.
Oh, shit.
Crazy out there.
It is crazy out there. But also, like, even aside from that, this person didn't make a Mother's Day post for you. You felt like you had to ask for it. Like, come on. This guy's not
And
meeting
like
your
personally,
needs. He's
I
just
would
not.
see maybe if it was the child, okay? She's a grown woman.
Yeah.
You can post her. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to post the kid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not personal. What do you mean? Shut up. What are you talking about?
Shut
Put it
up.
on your story.
Shut
Put it
up.
somewhere. Like, what? Or just like holding hands. I don't. What are you
Mm-hmm.
talking about? Why do you not
Literally
want to?
anything.
Why do you not want the world to know that you are in a loving relationship where you're married in your heart for 8 years? Be so fucking for real.
That's crazy. 8 years and there's not a trace of her or a child. I would
Miss
lose
me.
my mind. I wonder if they
I'm
live
okay.
together. They must. Right? 8 years and they have a kid
Again,
and they're married in their hearts.
go through his finances.
Married
Ma'am.
in their
Go
hearts.
through his finances. See if he has a little loft on the Upper West Side. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what spaces are.
I was
But
gonna say,
like,
a
if he has
loft on the Upper West Side, he's rich.
it's pricey. Anyway, yes. If he has a large amount of rent looking type of finances being shipped off every
Mhm.
month, you are not in this relationship by yourself. You have another woman there with you. Okay. She is also sharing your
Yeah.
husband. Your non-husband. Your fake, what I don't even know, your partner.
Baby daddy.
But I hate
I
that he
don't
said
know.
we're married in our hearts. I'm
Yeah,
so done.
that is the craziest shit, most gaslighty shit ever. But also, it's I'm looking at some of the comments on this, and people are not very nice to OP and saying like, I don't know, why does it matter? Like, why do you need to have this person on? Like, I don't post partners on social media either. Whatever. I
8
don't know.
years.
I think 8 years. And at the end of the day, if it's important to her, then to some degree, it needs to just be a
Should
little
be
bit important to
you.
him. You have a
And it's
child.
one thing. It's not like every single day.
Yeah.
It's not every single day.
And also, like,
you also
it's not every
forgot
day.
about
It's not
Mother's
every
Day.
day.
You forgot about Mother's Day.
This person's needs are just not being met. And that's really like
That's
the tea of it. Like, her needs are not being met. This is not a person that seems like a good fit for you either way. So I'm feeling like we move
should
on.
move on. I know it's hard. 8 years is a lot. You've dedicated a lot of time. However,
yeah.
Unless you want to keep this going, you want this to just continue, you're gonna need to reevaluate and find someone who treats you literally like a I'm so perplexed. 8 years and he's treating you like this.
Yeah.
You can walk onto the street and find a man, I'm sure, who would treat you like 10,000 times better, like that. Because that's barrel. That's the ground, the depths of hell that he wouldn't. He forgot Mother's Day.
I also, yeah.
Your,
and then you asked for a post and he said no.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's crazy. And also, you don't have to, like, the conversation can also be, I don't really love posting on like stuff like that on social media, but what's another way that I can make you feel appreciated? Like, what's another thing that can make you feel like I'm, more involved?
Right. Not, well, what else do you want? What more could you possibly want?
Right. And you forgot about Mother's Day. Like, so you're already kind of in the doghouse. Like, you need to be there's some sort of work that you need to be doing here that you're not doing. Obviously. Yeah. I like how that our responses have just been like, dump them. But sorry. Both these men sound terrible.
Yeah. I don't want that. That sounds like something I don't want. So
yeah, no, that sounds like a sack of shit, and I don't believe him at all. Okay, our last story is a little different. My boyfriend and I went Instagram official. Now I'm being accused of cheating on a man I've been rejecting for years.
So a stalker?
Perhaps. Okay. Hi, Reddit. This is a long one. Please bear with me. Also, my mind's all over the place, so please excuse my grammar errors. Lastly, my boyfriend's sister is a huge fan of this podcast. Oh, this is from the Two Hot Takes Reddit. And he told me and told me that I should ask you all for advice. I, 21 female, and my boyfriend, 23 male, just became Instagram official. Although we have been seeing each other for about 8 months now, he's truly my soulmate and have truly never been happier. We are in the process of moving in together. Exciting. Now for the other guy. We were in the same friend group all throughout school. I live in a small town and went to a small school. I had a real set group of friends since elementary school. The other guy, let's call him David, it's a fake name, joined our group in high school. He ended up getting a job at the same restaurant I worked at, and we became even better friends. That was until about my second year into high school when I went to homecoming with one of our mutual friends. Let's call him John. After John and I went to homecoming together, David started to completely cut John and I out. He convinced the group to stop hanging out with us at lunch or outside of school and completely gave me the cold shoulder at work. That was until me and John decided we would be better off as friends, and then everything went back to normal. After that, prom came around, and David asked if I would go with him. I politely declined. He kept insisting, and I kept saying no, and that my best friend Tracy and I were going to go without dates because she recently got out of a relationship and wanted to go with just the girls. Later at prom, I found out that he texted Tracy beforehand asking what color I was wearing and showed up in the same color tux. All night, he made comments about how we looked so much like a couple and that this would have been more fun as a date. After that, I avoided him as much as possible. A couple months later, he started dating this girl a town over, and I got into a couple year-long toxic relationships that I won't get into, but is important. David and I lost touch. Later, my ex and I broke up, and coincidentally, David and his girlfriend broke up too. I don't really think that's much of a coincidence. And he reached out to me. Me being a good friend, listened to his sob story about breaking up with his ex and how toxic she was to him. Then he started bringing up that he might be ready to date again and that he was looking for someone like me. I mentioned that I wasn't ready to date anytime soon and said I hope he finds someone else and whatever he was looking for. After that, I graduated early and moved away for school. I stopped reaching out to the group. David texted me daily. I responded maybe monthly. He would ask to come see me, ask to fly out and see him, and I always declined. And finally, I ghosted him altogether. Rude, I know, but I don't know what to do. That's not rude. I think you should have done that a long time ago.
I think you should have gone to the cops.
Now to present day. Right. Now to present day. After I posted pictures of me and my boyfriend, all of my friends from high school started flooding my DMs how I could be such a heartless bitch and how I would cheat on David. Oh my God. I told them that we never dated and that I had been rejecting him since high school. He apparently told our friends that I was the reason him and his ex broke up because we were too in love with each other, and told our friends that we actually went to prom together. He also told them that we were doing long distance. Apparently, he even told his mom that he wanted to marry me and asked for her ring. I got an angry DM about this from her too. This is crazy.
He needs to be committed. He use all of this and send it to the police. Committed. Expeditiously.
This is
I'm terrified for her.
Scary.
I'm scared. Yeah, I'm scared.
All this time, I've made it very clear I don't like him, and now everyone says I led him on. My boyfriend and his sister think that everyone is insane to think I led him on and is thinking that I'm awful. I feel like I'm going crazy because now I'm leading on a man to the point where he thinks we are dating even when we haven't talked in 5 months, and he's been telling our mutual friends he wants to marry me when I've been rejecting him for years.
I mean, this is like a Law and Order SVU episode.
This is scary.
I don't like this man.
This is restraining order, stalker, scary.
You need to go to the authorities.
You need to go. Yeah. Absolutely not.
Also, your friends are dumb.
Absolutely not.
Your friends are dumb.
Yeah, it's a little bit, I'm sure, upsetting to her too that her friends are believing this David guy.
Like, did you not know me?
Were they not around? Yeah, like, were they not around for like all of the stuff in high school too? I think you need new friends.
Right. I'm so glad she left the freaking state or wherever she was. to go to college because he would have ruined her
That's
life.
fucking scary. Yeah, I don't like this. I think she needs to also. She thinks she needs to go to the authorities because this is not okay.
You need to have some kind of
Um,
record and proof because I don't trust him. I don't trust him worth shit.
yeah, I don't
You
actually
need to get
even
on record
know.
that he's been like this. They might not be able to do anything, but at least
Yeah,
you've gone to the police so that if something does escalate, they know who to look for. Listen, again, I
yeah,
watched
you're right. Like,
way too much TV, but I'm
I know.
prepared.
Well, I was thinking, I was like, I don't even know what you do with like what the process is like to get a stalker to have a restraining order. Like, I'm sure you need proof, and if she
Hmm.
doesn't have it yet, she should start building a case for sure. Because
If
like
she
this
has
feels like it's a ticking
messages,
time bomb.
text messages where she's literally responded once, he does it
Mm-hmm.
daily, they can pull that shit
Mm-hmm.
up.
Yeah.
See?
She needs to keep all of that and send it. I think you're right because just feels like it's a ticking time bomb, and like
This
she's
is an
getting messages
active,
from
like,
his mom.
this is giving, I was scorned, I'm gonna go shoot up a movie theater.
Ugh. It's
Like,
it's
this
it's
this
giving
man
mental
this man
illness.
is, he's needs to be committed. You've literally created a
Yeah.
fantasy in your life, in your world, where you're just putting this woman in this impossible, not realistic position because she does not like you. And then you're
Mhm.
telling other people, because then if they flip on him because she's like, I can show you the proof we're not dating, and then they call him out, this is literally
Mhm.
catastrophic. I really need you to respond
Mhm.
to her, Alyssa. Respond immediately and be like, you need to go to the authorities because this man needs to be on a watch list.
Well, the good news is that this was posted 2 days ago. Woo! Sleepy. The good news is oh my god. Okay. This was posted 2 days ago, and in those 2 days there are 313 comments, which
Okay.
is good because the top voted one is I have a stalker that told his family we're together and getting married. He told his friends we're long distance but together. We live in the same area and I have a restraining order on him. I've also never dated him. We were friends slash briefly roommates and he tried but failed to bully me into a romantic relationship. They're just crazy. You need a restraining order and a public post on social media calling him out. Um,
The public post again
and
might
OP
send him.
responded. I know.
I'm unwell.
The OP
Continue.
Yeah, OP responded and said, I'm sorry you're going through something similar. People can be absolutely crazy. I didn't think it was stalker level crazy, and I felt like I was overreacting. It's nice to know I'm not, and I'm going to consider him a stalker now. And the next upvoted comment is, you need a restraining order. He's seriously disturbed. Yeah. Another comment is, ask your friends if you were in a long distance relationship with David, where's the proof? The messages between you two, any communication of any kind. Right. Why do they trust him and not you? Weren't you friends with him? Weren't you friends with them longer than they were friends with him?
Correct. Be like,
I'm
just so you know, even if
confused.
you've deleted his messages, go onto your MacBook, open up, you can see the messages still there, and send it to your friends. Send them the proof.
Yeah. Yeah, cuz
That's
that's a whole other thing. This is like a two-pronged issue. The first part is you need to get a this is a stalker and you need to get a restraining order. The other one is, why do your friends not believe you? And that has nothing to do with you. That's all to do with your friends
correct.
being jerks, actually. What the fuck? You need better friends. You need better
I'm
friends.
unwell.
Hi, Miss
I'm unwell.
Bonnie.
See, like, and then I feel like
Aw.
all of our things today have just like slowly made sense, except for our random tangents. But it all made sense because we said like obsessed. You know what I mean? We wanted to be
Yeah.
obsessed. But we want the right person. We want it to be like, we want the correct person to be obsessed with us. Because there's another
This is
thing
the
on
episode
TikTok.
where we were accidentally psychic.
We were, because there's another thing on TikTok where the girl's like, I want you to, only attractive men can yearn for me. If you're unattractive, that's harassment. But I feel like she said that was more like comedy, but like I think the same thing goes for just like mutual interest. You know what I mean? So she's saying generally pretty, but that's subjective. Looks are subjective to people, right? Do you know what I mean? Like I could
Totally.
think someone's pretty. So it's more of, I want you to yearn for me if I'm interested. If I'm not interested in you, yearning is harassment. That's weird. Stop. If I have rejected you, please don't yearn for me, because it's going to make it worse. You are going to the stalker level. Like, I want you to yearn for me if I'm interested in you. It's all circle. We're all here. I'm so proud of us. Look at us. Look at this episode.
I can't believe this like came back together so neatly. It almost feels like, and this was, we were going to do this tomorrow, so I didn't have an outline for this until 30 minutes before we got on.
We're professionals.
Are we just getting really good at this? Also, I wonder if anyone's listening to if anyone's listening, when people listen to this part, if there are things that you would, if there are other things that you would like on the Patreon, like other ideas for bonus content, let us know. Like, sometimes people do just like 15-minute bonus episodes after every episode that they do. If you think that would be something you would like, let me know. We can start doing that. But we are going to record our drunk episode later this week, and that will go up next week, which is nice because it'll go up in between our episodes that come out every other week. And actually, this will come out the day that we're recording the drunk episode. So later today, we'll be recording a drunk episode, and then and then that'll be up next week, and it'll be so great, and you're gonna love it, and it's gonna be the best time ever. So go to patreon.com/afterhourspodcast and be a patron so you can listen to that.
We're still looking for 500 of you, and then we'll release some of our vaulted episodes.
Those are going to get, I feel like those are going to age like fine wine. Like every like week that passes where we haven't posted them yet, I'm like, this is crazy that we're going to post them eventually. I should make a teaser for those episodes.
True.
The way that we both name dropped like crazy, we shouldn't put them out, but we will, for the patrons only.
For the patrons. So thank you for the people who are patrons.
Yes.
I love you.
Thank you for doing that. We love you. Make sure you follow us on TikTok at After Hours Podcast and on Instagram at _podcast, because After Hours Podcast was taken already.
Rude.
So rude. So disrespectful.
Yes. And subscribe on YouTube.
Yes.
Is YouTube After Hours _ or is it pod?
I think it's just, wait. We're so bad at this.
This is why my name is literally the same.
Knowing all of our
accounts. My handle is the same. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's hard because now on the internet, all of these things are like half taken. Sorry, something just got like an ad came up, an introduction to a vet investment. Anyways, our YouTube is After Hours Podcast. Most of our things are After Hours Podcast.
Okay.
But I always think it's funny when people have like their names on Instagram, you know that they tried so hard to get a different one and they couldn't do it. It had to be altered in some way. Like my sister, now that she's married, she changed her Instagram to Danielle Paulson, but Danielle Paulson is taken, so she had to do Paulson with 3 N's. It always makes me giggle.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's too many people in the world.
Too many.
And all of you should listen and subscribe and watch and follow After Hours with an O. No H.
With an O.
Hours.
No H. Hours. Like hours, like me and Jasmine. Hours. Like our podcast called After Hours. You know, and what about it? And what about it?
What are you gonna do about it?
And what about it? Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you the next time.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.